Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I want to walk you through how my weekend went. I'm going to call this a day at the Quabbin because I spent a better part of a day walking a couple of trails at the Quabbin Reservoir, which is a public water supply system for Boston area here in Massachusetts. It's a fairly large reservoir, but more importantly there's a lot of land preserved around it that's primarily intended to prevent runoff and things from getting into the water reservoir, but has the side effect of creating some really good wildlife habitat. And there's a lot of rules on using it. Things like dogs aren't allowed in, so the animals aren't scared off as far back away from the trails as they might be in some other places. So on my way to the Quabbin, the first stop I made was just a very small little prairie area, a little meadow, and found this indigo bunting hanging out there. Drove a little bit further and was able to see this ring-necked pheasant from the roadside foraging there. Here's a view of some of the hills surrounding the Quabbin. There's some, I guess you'd call them small mountains, large hills surrounding the area. Here's a mountain laurel. Most of the ones I see are white, but this one, I'm guessing maybe the soil was really acidic or something. It turned it a pink color. I'm not much of a butterfly guy, but I do appreciate some of the prettier ones when I see them. So stopped to take a photo of this butterfly as it was just getting some sun there. First rock I flipped had 3 red F's under it. It's not uncommon to find these with redback salamanders, or in little groups of 2 or 3 or even more red F's can be under a single rock. Here's a picture of what the Quabbin Reservoir itself looks like. As you can see, there's some little islands here, and the water is very clear. It's easy to see inside the water. You can see some fish and things like that in there. Funny story, as I was walking down the trail to this lookout, a rough grouse came out of the woods and ran right up behind me. I mean, it was probably within 6 inches of me. I actually tried to take a video of it, but I guess it didn't record. So I checked the memory card. There was nothing there, but it was a cool experience. There's a little bit closer view of some of those little islands and hills in the background. Here's a spotted sandpiper I saw that popped up out of the near the edge of the water. And here's what I really wanted to show you guys. The highlight of the day was, as I was walking on my last trail, I noticed a brown spot up in a tree, not very high up. And I like these porcupines because they're cool looking and you can walk right up to them. He didn't have much of a reaction to me coming up and taking a picture of them. Didn't really even need to zoom much. This is just a normal camera focal length, and here's one where I zoomed in just a little bit so you can get a better view of them. So anyway, the Quabbin is a pretty good place to go look for animals and birds and things. If you're in the area, if you're in Massachusetts, definitely recommend stopping by.